Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bugsnax. My name is KonceptionSR. I have a brilliant co-commentator with me. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yo, my name is Nest underscore. The underscore is the second most important part.
with Ness being the first most important
Of course.
part. Absolutely. We are going to be playing some no major skips for you. So we're going to be checking out all the areas, seeing lots of Bugsnax and having a good time. First, Ness, pick a color for me: orange, yellow, green, or black.
Oh, I didn't expect to have this choice. I would have thought about this earlier. I'm not gonna lie. Yellow.
Yellow, got it. That's a popular one. Yellow's good. All right, so time will actually start. So I'm going to go in the game and I'll just count it down because time starts when the cutscene loads. So I'm going to start it. Get ready here. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So yeah, this is Bugsnax. If you're not familiar with Bugsnax, it's exactly what it sounds like. They're bugs and they're snacks. So they're cute little creatures. They look similar to this. I actually just got this plushie the other day. They're little, bugs that look like food. They're adorable. They're cute. Everyone loves them. What's not to enjoy? And basically, this is also an adventure game. So we're going to be going through doing quests, doing the main story, completing it without doing any major skips. That being said, the only skip of the game that we we just completed, which is actually an opening cutscene skip. No major skips in this game is more categorized as like a no loading zones early kind of deal. Basically, you can break this game wide open by getting into any loading zone you can imagine early for the most part, but we don't do that in this run. But we do get to skip the cutscene, which is nice.
Yeah, for reference, the cutscene's like 3 minutes long.
It's super long, yeah. We tested it out the other day because it's been so long since I'd even seen it. So I was like, oh, if I missed that, what happens? Yeah, it's super long. So right now we're just gonna
don't miss it.
Yeah, don't miss it. Please don't. We're just catching a bunch of Bugsnax right now because we need to fulfill a quest for Filbo here to get fed. We needed a Strabby right there at the beginning, so we fed him one, and then he needs 3 more snacks, so we just catch the 3 fastest ones, which are 2 Strabbies and a Roodle. And then we just mash through the dialogue here. So it's worth mentioning, this game is on PS4, PS5, and PC. I'm playing on the PS5 version. There are very small differences between the versions. All of the tech is the same. There's not like version exclusive glitches or skips or anything like that. The main difference is text scrolling here. So when I obviously am playing on console, I have to just mash through text, like you would imagine on a controller. But on PC, you can bind to your mouse wheel and save a lot of time because it's a lot faster to scroll with the mouse wheel than me pressing a button repeatedly. So that's the main difference. And because of that time save, it opens up slightly different routing because you get different cycles in the PC version. But other than that, the differences are minimal, actually. Garden Grove is an interesting one. It's the only loading zone in the game that you can't get out of early, really. So no matter what category you're playing, you're gonna have to do this more or less as intended, meaning you have to actually finish the quest before you can get out of bounds. We would have to anyway here, but because of the category. But even in any percent, even in 100%, you have to like do this part as intended, more or less.
I can't believe you said as intended and then you just did the like standing like trap thing.
Yeah. So do you know enough about that to talk about what I just did?
Oh yeah.
Okay, go for it.
If I know this right, to be fair, I don't speedrun this game. When you put the trap down and you like jump on it to stand on it, it kind of pushes it down just a little bit, and there's a Bugsnax. It's like a spider Bugsnax that like is on like the ceiling of like the cave below it, and you can barely like catch it to save like doing a bit of like extra like movement and like throwing like catch up and stuff.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly right. So basically the Frieder there, which is a spider made of fries, adorable, again, just lovely. Just as Ness said, is crawling on the ceiling in the cave below where I was standing, so I just shove a trap through the floor so I can capture it that way. It saves about, I would say, 5 or so seconds off of catching it quote-unquote normally. Oh, geez, never done that before. Yeah, so it's a good time save. It's a really hard and precise trick though. And if I miss it or take too long to do it, it ruins another cycle with the Shishka bug there. Because you might have noticed that I shot ketchup at the Shishka bug so that the bunger could attract it. If I took too long, then the Shishka bug would actually shake off the ketchup and would run away when I tried to catch it. So you have to be fast and precise for that to work out, basically.
Let's get this over with, buddy.
Yeah, I learned a lot of like the harder stuff for this game, even though I don't run it, in preparation for whenever Bugsnax bingo happens.
Well,
but
yeah, we were just talking about that previously. I really want to get some. There's so many goals that you can have. So if you're unfamiliar with Bugsnax, there's 100 different Bugsnax if you ever want to catch them all. So there's 100 different ones. There's 12 characters that all have side quests. You can also transform every character by feeding them a bunch of Bugsnax. So there's a lot of like things you can do. Oops, I hit the wrong one. There's a lot of things that you can do to have a fun bingo session, I think. So I'm interested in getting some goals together for that.
well, one day.
But yeah, there's like a bunch of tricks that you can use to like unlock a bunch of stuff and like get to places early and whatever. But again, this is no major skips. You can't unlock everything.
We just wanted to show you so much of the game. We just want you to see how awesome this game is, show you all the characters, show you all the lovely environments, you know. Any percent we skip a lot of that. You don't get to see how cool the game is. All
yeah,
right.
Believe it or not, this is just like out of all the video games, this is the best one.
Yeah, it's actually game of the lifetime, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So we're doing a bunch of different we're doing one quest, but we're doing it a lot of different things at once here. Basically, the quest in this area where we were talking to our friend Beffica, she wants us to scan all the Bugsnax in the area, of which there are 6. You can also luckily enough for us, the 3 Bugsnax we caught in this area prior count, so we already have half of them done. Oh, I think that was only till 5. Yep. Oops. It's gonna throw off some cycles there. That's fine though. But you can also just photograph them, which is what she means by scanning. So we photographed 2 of them, but we catch the weenie worm anyway because the next quest is to feed her favorite Bugsnax, which is a weenie worm. So we just go and catch that one and feed it to her immediately after. The reason why we have to do at least a few of the quests per character is because the main goal of the game is that, like I mentioned before, there's 12 of these characters throughout the game. They all have to return to this centralized hub where we're at, Snaxburg here. That's basically what we're trying to do in an attempt to bring everybody back together. In addition to that, there's also a mystery afoot with their kind of like de facto leader named Lizbert, where she has gone missing and nobody knows where she is. So we're also trying to solve that mystery while getting everybody to return back home and come back together again. Oh, no, I lost my momentum. So we have our first character that we met, which is Philbo. He's like now the mayor of the town because Lizbert left. He comes back. Then we got our farmer friend Wambus back after we did that whole Frieder thing with the bungers and stuff like that too, the Shishka bugs. Now we got Beffica back because we did her quests. So that's already 3. We're on our way.
Despite your as it now, since it's a bit silent.
This is Floofty. You don't know that yet, except that I told you. But that is Floofty. Yeah, spoilers, I guess. We're gonna see them more later on. They're actually gonna be one of the last characters we get to bring back. But we get to see them now. How the early game is structured here. So Snaxburg, which was like that main central town, is kind of like a hub area, and there's 4 areas that branch from it. We came from one where we started the game, so that's Flavor Falls into Garden Grove into Snaxburg. Then we headed over to the left, which is Simmering Springs, this little beach area. And basically all of these beginning areas have 2 characters in them, one of which we can finish all within one area. The other one we can't finish until we get Bugsnax from another area. So for example, this is Gramble and Wiggle. We're going to be able to finish Gramble, who is this gentleman here. We're going to be able to finish him all in this area, but we cannot finish Wiggle until we go get Bugsnax from the next area. So we're going to do as many of the quests as we can in advance. And then we'll have to come back and just finish it up real quick once we have the Bugsnax that she needs.
I've been training him to follow my pointer in his buggy ball. We were in the middle.
Yeah,
of
so this is a pretty
you guys
interesting
brought back
part.
here
We
to
do a
us.
lot of different strategies here. Gramble is an interesting challenge, I would say, because so Gramble's whole deal is that he is a pacifist and he loves Bugsnax as like companions.
Bugsnax vegan, if you will.
Yeah, Bugsnax are good. He does not eat Bugsnax. He's very against eating the Bugsnax. So a lot of his quests, you're not going to capture Bugsnax. You have to like lure them instead. So it creates an interesting challenge. We're going to see that coming up here shortly, and hopefully it goes well because it can be a little finicky. All right, first we're going to capture those two though. There's also a quest where we have this new tool here, which is the buggy ball, which is basically just a strabby inside of a ball that rolls around. What we're meant to do right at the beginning there is lead the strabby through a maze, but you actually don't have to do that. You can just target the very end of the maze and it'll finish it on its own. So while it's finishing on its own, we go do other quests, and then we have the buggy ball slowly make its way over here naturally while we're doing this cutscene, so that it's rolling through, and we need to catch a Bugsnax that's inside this thing anyway. Then we're going to good. I'm glad that still counted. We need to, for another quest of Grambles, we need to lure 2 Queebles, which are these little kiwi guys. Lure them to where his campsite is, but again, we can't capture them. That's very important. Can't capture them. You have to lure them. So we're going, and we're attempting to lure them all at once, which is difficult. Yep, that's exactly why it's difficult. If you get too close, or if you get too far away, then it becomes a problem.
I tried to do that casually. I can vouch it is really hard.
It's really, really difficult. But luckily enough for us, once they're on this ramp, it's pretty much safe. It's pretty much safe. Like, they're gonna run. I'm gonna do a capture here, and they're gonna run away. But we also have some like cutscenes and stuff to do. So by the time that we complete the cutscenes and stuff like that, they'll make their own way back on their own, which is handy.
Anyway, please.
All right, we actually sleep here to progress the time. You're gonna see me do that quite a few times in this run, and that is because we will have to go back to Snacksburg and talk to Filbo or some other character. It's almost always Filbo though, in order to start a quest. And if we start it at night, they'll be asleep. And their animation for waking up from sleep takes like 5 or 6 seconds. Depending on the character, some are faster than others, but Filbo's is like 5 solid seconds, which we don't want to have to do. So while we're waiting for Gramble to figure himself out there, we progress the time so it's daytime and no one's asleep, which is good.
Well,
We are.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 seconds isn't that much, but like if there's a bed right there,
Yeah, it's right there, and because it happens I think I do that like 4 or 5 times in the run, so that's like 20, 25, 30 seconds already if I easy save. And sleeping is instantaneous, so it really doesn't take too much time. Right now we're in one of the 4 celebrations or parties, as I call them, that occur in the game. These are basically extended interactive cutscenes. This is, luckily enough for us, the shortest one. But basically, whenever we get a certain amount of grumpuses, which is what these things, what they're called, that's what their species is called. Once we get a certain amount of them to return, oh geez, I thought I was gonna get on 4 there. Then Filbo will be like, start getting excited, and he'll want to throw a little party. And then we'll have like basically a long, unskippable cutscene where we have varied degrees of movement. Again, luckily enough for us, this is the short one. But if you want to get your donations read and you want to get them read on stream, in the next few minutes, we're gonna have a lot of downtime. So you get those donations in. Talk about how cute Bugsnax are. I also do a really good Bunger impression, in my opinion. So if you want to hear me say that, I will gladly do that for some donation money. So just put that in your comment, and I'll be happy to do that for you. Unofficial incentive there.
That's a really good incentive, I will say. I love bungers.
Bungers are my favorite. Yeah, I just love the bungers. All right, so We're going into this next area, and a lot happens in this area. That's really cool. So I might go a little bit quiet here because there's a lot of tech to it. So, but basically, for Wiggle's quest, that we couldn't finish him because she needed 2 pop ticks, which are popcorn Bugsnax, which we see here, but they are not popped yet. So we're gonna throw this trap here, and Scorpionios hate traps, so they're gonna light on fire so that the popcorn lights on fire. But I also light myself on fire because it's faster to run that way. And then, come on, hit it. Oh, jeez, I always run into this problem. Come this way. We needed this Spuddy to unlock this door, but it's very precise to do it from so far away because he only has so long that he's able to run. But, you know, we got there. We're going to run up here. We're going to attempt to throw a trap on the cactus. Nope. I tried to do it too fast, so let's see. Can I still get her from here? Nope. Oh, boy. Can I get her from here? Oh, jeez, nope. We're just gonna we'll wait. I tried to do it faster than I needed to. All right, there we go. What the heck? Okay, interesting. I don't know why that one broke.
Yeah, why did that one break?
Not sure. There we go. There's one. We're catching those slightly beyond what is intended, of course, which is why that's a little bit finicky. We're about. Oh, geez, Bunger, please ruin my day there. You're about to see. We're about to get a new tool that we would obviously make sense. This is how we would use them, but because this is faster to do it this way, we're capturing a few cheap hoofs in the unintended way. Come on. There we go. We also grabbed this Ribblepede off the rock here. We're going to need that for a little bit later. You might have also seen me move up a little bit, and you saw another Grumpus move away. That actually skips a dialogue sequence if I progress a little bit further than the game intends me to do. But yeah, this is Cromdo, by the way. Cromdo, I always describe as like the used car salesman of Grumpuses. He's kind of like a shifty individual and tries to rip people off and stuff. Apologies if you're a used car salesman out there. It's just a perspective. But yeah, so he gives us this very handy tool, which is the launch pad. Now we can launch our trap distances in order to catch Bugsnax, which is obviously very useful.
No, just like in the song, you gotta try to catch them in your trap.
Yeah, catch them in your trap, exactly. We actually got a really good cycle there, which I'm happy about. A lot of times I have to wait for that Spuddy to come back around in order to open that door, but we run in there, we get a shy weenie worm. I'm gonna actually attract him this way because I need to capture this, oh boy. That was really close. Oh, don't hit my thing. Okay, we're good. We needed to capture that Chiefoof, but he can hit our trap all over the place. It's just frustrating. We don't need that. Fun fact, so that, as you can tell, we caught a weenie worm earlier, and then we caught what is called a shy weenie worm. Do you know why it's called a shy weenie worm, Ness?
Is it because it has ketchup and mustard on it?
Well, this one does not, and that's particularly why, because if you're of the regional Chicago, oh, I forgot to get a rock there. Can I get a rock from here? Yeah, okay. If you the Chicago area has a very specific type of hot dog, no ketchup, it has like pickles and stuff on it, and that is what that one is called. So instead of Chicago weenie worm, they abbreviate it to chai, so shy. Regional variant, if you will. It's like Pokemon.
Wow, Alolan weenie worm.
Yeah, it's the Alolan weenie worm, basically. All right, so this is Triffany, by the way. This is Wambus's wife, Wambus being the farmer. Triffany is pretty awesome. She's like an archaeologist, pretty cool job. So she's into like history and stuff like that. She is about to run into that cave that we opened up earlier. While she's doing that, I'm going to attempt to capture one pop tick, but pop ticks are annoying, so it's difficult. Got one at least, so that's good. The reason why I have to do that really, really quickly is if you remember all the way when we started this area, the Scorpion is up there, and the Scorpion hates traps, so I have to be really quick with my capture there, or else the Scorpion is just going to light my trap on fire, which is not good, obviously. And then while she's running back, because we have to finish the quest anyway, I capture the second pop tick. So all efficient, you know?
Yeah, if you've ever heard of the Midwest, or if you've ever heard of like a girl boss, that's what Triffany is.
Yeah, honestly, exactly.
Sorry if you're from the Midwest or a girl boss.
Well, Tiffany is a great character. She's one of my favorites, actually. I think she's really cool.
Same. She's so
Yeah,
good.
she's. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You know, people, especially like in my chat, you know, people have their favorite characters and things like that. But as someone who's like 100% of the game casually, it also runs 100% category, so we see like these side quests and stuff a lot. I really like all of these characters. They all have like nuanced stories and stuff like that. They're much like whenever you do their side quests and stuff casually, it opens up a lot about their character and why they behave the way they do. And it's just really fascinating. They all have like motivations and things that have caused them to be the way that they are, and just it's just such a fascinating game. All right, so we got Tiffany to come back. We couldn't finish Cromdo. You know, same thing. We have to get a Bugsnax from a different area. But we were able to finish Wiggle, so that's why we hop back. And now we got Wiggle and Tiffany to come back, and now it's again party time. It's definitely party time again. And this is by far my least favorite party because it is very long and I can't do anything. It's called Ghost Stories because we sit around a fire and tell spooky stories, basically. You know, that's a party. I just want to introduce you to my friend. Who's that? All right, they're gone. They're gone. We'll have to figure out who that friend is later. But yeah, this is a very long, extended cutscene where I can do almost nothing. So if we have any donations or plugs, incentive updates, anything that we can entertain ourselves with while the cutscene plays out, Vesper, announce it.
Oh, we have a couple
Probably just a
actually.
wild animal.
So
There are no animals.
we have
here.
a $20 donation from Captain Swag 101. Says, thanks so much for the opportunity to be on the couch for the awesome run. That was my first time ever commentating for a speedrun, but I hope I can do it again. Much love to RBG and Rise Above the Disorder. We also have a $10.01 donation from Randomize that says, donating $10 and a penny just for McGroom. And if you missed it, McGroom said donated earlier that said, having the total not be a 0 or a 5 was bugging them, so we Randomize basically switched that up. We also had a $100 donation from Anonymous that had no message. So thank you so much for that. And Young Tonguefish, I believe, donated $10 and said, "Snack the Bucks, or not. They're cute. They're cute. Three then less. And yes, give us the bunger sound."
Oh, you're right.
Oh, the bunger sound. Okay, gladly. All right, clear the throat. All right, here we go. Bunger, bunger.
Why is that so close? Why is that so good?
I told you.
Tiffany, were
If
saying
you
something
all
about,
underestimated my
zombies.
bunger sound, you know how wrong you are now. So you have to donate if you want to hear some more. I'll do bungers all day. Bungers is my favorite. My favorite food are hamburgers and cheeseburgers. So whenever there was a Bugsnax version of that, obviously I glommed onto it. So
Obviously,
Bunger
one of the
is
first
life.
Grumpuses to make it to Snacktooth.
Do we have time
Absolutely.
for full announcements?
Oh, we have plenty of time, please.
All right, cool. So, in case you all were not aware, Rise Above the Disorder, or RAD, is a non-profit dedicated to removing the two greatest barriers facing mental health care, access and affordability. To accomplish their mission, they provide a universal mental health care system to provide for people around the globe. If you believe in a world where everyone has access to the hope, health, happiness they deserve, you are rad. For more information, you can visit yourrad.org, or you can donate by typing in !donate in chat. And also, don't forget to follow the runners, commentators, and of course RBG Esports. Missed any runs? Don't worry, all the runs are going to be posted on the RBG YouTube channel. Just type in !YouTube in chat for all the information. Need to see the schedule? We got you there. !schedule in chat to see what's happening throughout the entire weekend. And one final thing, don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to rest during this marathon. While we love having you all watch, lurk, chat, and be a part of the marathon, don't forget it is also very important to hydrate and relax during it. It's okay to use the restroom, eat, relax, rest, and drink whatever during the marathon. Like we said, if you missed any moments, it's all going to be on YouTube afterwards.
Absolutely. Definitely take that last bit into consideration as well, as our friend Philbo was not afraid to use the restroom when it came time. So hydrate yourself, use the restroom if you need be. You know, we're going to be here. We're going to be here. We're going to be gaming. We're going to be raising money for charity. Don't hurt yourselves. That's all. Yeah, this party's still going on, so we still got some time left. I will say, I do this plug every time I do a marathon run in this game. Please play this game. It's an incredible story. Way more nuanced and deep than you might imagine it would be. The characters in this game are lovely. They all have distinct personalities. There is a lot of LGBTQIA2+ representation in this game as well, which you don't often see, especially in past games as well. We have a non-binary character. We have same-sex relationships. It's lovely. It's just such a wholesome and terrific game. It's affordable. I believe it's on sale right now. I don't know if it's on sale for PC, but it's on sale for the PlayStation Store summer sale right now. It's like $20. You can play it on PS4, PS5, and like I said, it's on the Epic Games Store as well. So play this game. It's so good. It's really, really good.
The amount of detail that's in the characters. I just now noticed how much detail is in like little tiny things.
Yeah, you can see the little you can see their fur and stuff like that. It's great. And then if you're into like voice acting and stuff, a lot of really good voices. For example, if you're a Critical Role fan, Gramble's voiced by Sam Riegel. Fred Tatasciore voices Wambus. Philbo is voiced by Max Middleman, who does like One Punch Man and stuff. A lot of great voice actors in this game too. If that's what you're into.
I remember hearing about Philbo's voice actor from TikTok. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, he did that? He did all that? What the heck?
Yeah, a lot of great voice talent here, and we've only met like this is 6. We're up to 6 now. We've met Cromdo, so 7 we know of. So there's still plenty of other characters here, including one that we're about to meet right now, which is, at least in my chat, tends to be the favorite. Which we're about to be introduced to here. There we go. This is Chanlo. Chanlo is, for lack of a better term, the himbo of the group. Yeah. So he's big into he's like a jock. He's big into like lifting weights and like making showing how strong he is and stuff like that. But he's also like a really like sensitive guy, and like is very like cognizant of people's feelings and stuff like that. And we're about to be his partner Snorpy in the next section as well. They have like a kind of joint section, which is really good. Just great characters. Just such great characters.
And the party's still going on.
And the party's still going on. Luckily, there's only about, according to my timer, about 19 seconds left. But yeah, you could see this one is by far the longest, and there's the least to do. So it's tough. Like I can't, like whenever I can move, those are the only times that I'm able to move. Right now, I can just spin the camera. I can't move from my position, so I can't even like hop around the island and have fun. I just have to stay here.
Real fascinating system they had.
It would actually be really cool if you can move and you can just like do like peek early or something.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, we don't get much movement in that one. Yeah, so we have 2 more parties left, by the way. They're marginally more interesting. They are similarly lengthed, but at least there's more to do in them. This is one of my favorite areas to do because we get to do some fun. I always do that. Right. I missed the cycle because for some reason I always, and whenever I'm in a marathon, I get to talking. I always want to throw down a trap there, which I don't need to do. I'm going to wait for that Quookie to run back around. We get to do some fun strategies here. So that Quookie is running. You can see him on the ground. And once he's over my trap, we're going to launch him like that. Okay, he's going to crash directly into those. So I could capture both of them. The reason why I'm kind of like constantly moving there is because these honeybees like to like dive bomb you a little bit. So you can get stuck with honey for like a long period of time, and that slows you down significantly, which we don't want to go slow. Obviously that's not how we were meant to capture that Cinnasnail, but it worked out, and we're not meant to capture this Cinnasnail this way either, but it also works out that way. So we just capture a lot of things weirdly. How the Quookie thing works out, so that's not the intended way to capture a Quookie. You're meant to use a tool we're about to get here in the story. But we need to catch a Quookie, 2 honeybees, and ultimately 3 senna snails, but we don't have enough inventory for 3 at the moment. So what we do is, because honeybees are sticky naturally, you know, they're made of honey, we launch a Quookie at the honeybee, which brings it down, but also makes it so that we can capture the Quookie in an interesting way. So we do a double capture there. And whenever one honeybee is disturbed in that way, they all start dive bombing you. So I just carefully dodge them while they dive bomb the ground and stun themselves. And then I just pick up one other one. You know, just interesting strategies here. Right now, we're going to play some basketball, but not the way that you probably know how. We're just going to throw it in the bottom because that counts, I guess.
Yeah, remember how I said that out of all the games in the world, this is like the best one?
Yeah.
Even like basketball. Like, this game is better than basketball. It has basketball in it.
Yeah. And you don't even have to be good at it, like I was. Oh, whoops, I forgot to get that back. Well, while we're waiting, we'll progress the story there then. All right, great. All right, so we need to capture one more here. Just waiting. Did he jump out? Oh, wow, that's interesting. Never seen that happen before. All right, great. So we're just doing a bunch of quests for Chanlo here. He needs to walk back. We need to figure out a way up, so we're going to head up this way anyway because, as you can see, we got a brand new tool here, the snack grappler, so we can grapple things from a long distance. But there's also another tool up here, which is the tripwire. That Snorpy is going to ask us to get, but we're just going to save the middleman and grab it now. Then we're going to feed these 2 senna snails that we captured already to Chanlo, and he's going to ask for 2 honeybees, which, of course, I had the foresight to get. A lot of the routing goes into, you know, preemptively getting everything you need to finish quests and then just mass turning them in at the end. You'll notice a lot of times that's what we end up doing.
Yeah, and the inventory is only like 6 snacks big, right? So a lot of that routing is just really, really like exact.
Yes. So it's worth mentioning. So you can. Oh, whoops. Well, that's fine. We can still do it here. It's worth mentioning that you can expand your inventory in the game. Like when I do 100% runs, it's actually required to do that because it's part of the 100% category. But because you do it by donating Bugsnax to Gramble's like little farm thing, but obviously we don't need to capture extra Bugsnax. That's just slow. So there's not a lot of incentive for us to capture extra Bugsnax just to expand our inventory when most of the time we catch just what is the bare minimum. So it's not really an issue. Unfortunately, because I slept a little early, I forgot about the Quookie quest that we had to do there. I got kind of a bad cycle here, but it's not a problem. Just have to wait for this Charmel to get attracted to the Bopsicle. We needed 2 Charmels, but we also need this Bopsicle to split in half, which it does by, you know, melting, and then it frustratingly charges you. I'm just like getting it as close to where I need to be as possible, and then I'm just going to capture the 2 pieces. There we go. And then we're going to finish out Snorpy's quest here. To give you an idea about what Snorpy's like, because I always like to talk about how these characters are. Snorpy is like an engineer, an inventor of sorts, so he's big into like gadgets and gear. And he's intelligent. But he does believe that Grumpinati is after him. That is factual.
I can vouch.
Yeah, but and Chanlo and Snorpy are partners as well. Part of that wonderful representation I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah, speaking of the representation, I didn't get to mention this earlier, but in the game, every character, because I mean, like everyone in general has pronouns, but there are, you know, he, hims in this game. There's some she, hers in this game, and there's some they, thems in this game. And to the best of our ability, you know, we're going to be, you know, keeping true to that because we're good people. So in the chat, I want to see you guys stay true to that. I'm calling you guys out. I'm holding you guys accountable for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are heading up to Cromdo. We're going to turn in his quest, which the last 2 things is he wanted his feet to be bopsicles. You know, cool off his feet in this hot desert weather. Makes sense. But we're going to quickly run over to his bed, sleep till noon, which progresses the time, but also we're going to carefully pause here in order to skip a dialogue. And you might have noticed that I've done this quite a few times. is I'll wait for the autosave to pop up there, and then I will reload the save, because whenever you do that, it still gives you the progress of whatever it is that you had just earned. You know, if it was a Bugsnax you caught or a quest you completed. But then whenever you reload the save, you automatically go to the door that you entered the area from.
May I have a second to just say one quick thing?
Of course.
My apologies to the chat. I was streaming at a much lower bitrate than I thought I was supposed to be. I fixed it, but I also just wanted to say I'm sorry.
That's all right. That happens. That happens.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
You're about to see these extra fine details on these grumpuses now.
You can make out the individual like hairs.
It turned into a bunch of Bugsnax.
So we are in party number 3 now already. This one's a bit interesting. We get woken up with a disturbance. The island is shaking, and we're seeing some clues. Like, for example, it says no more Bugsnax on the sign for some reason. We saw some footprints over here and all that. So there's a mystery afoot. We got to figure out who's breaking into our area and what's going on here, and why the island is shaking, what's happening. So in this third party, it's all about getting clues. Now, if I had entered this cutscene a little bit better, I can actually have gotten up to 4 clues out of the 6 that we need to progress the story. However, I entered it so poorly that I can only get 2, which is fine. They're all really close to each other. It just wastes like a little bit of time, like a second or so maybe. There's
I didn't know that you.
It's all about
enter it so badly.
Yeah. Oh wait, can I get it from here?
You say that
Let me see. So you can see the footprints right behind Gramble's head right there. It still wouldn't let me get them. So there's footprints there, and there's actually, because I entered it so poorly, there's a spade on the ground right behind Beffica here. Usually we enter in like a little bit closer to this direction so that I can get an angle on it and capture it from there. But yeah, this is like one of the worst angles you can get. But if I had a very precise angle, I could have gotten those footprints and that spade.
Find out what they saw.
But, you know, can't be good. There we go. That should be all 6. There we go. All right, and then yeah, so that's all we need to do. We just need to find the clues and then kind of talk to everybody and see, you know, what's going on. Now it's literally a cutscene where I can't move. I do want to point out that our character model is super lanky for some reason. Like we have a nice little round belly, like all these grumpuses do, which is, you know, a nice furry belly. It's very nice. But look how long our arms are. Like they go to our knees almost. Pretty long. We can't, you know, ever see our full character model anyway. But yeah, other than that, this is a cutscene that lasts a while. So any more donations, plugs, incentives, anything we want to do, Vesper, now is a great time.
Or that this is some form of coordinated gaslighting by the Grumpinut.
There we go. Let me unmute myself on all of my devices so everyone can hear me.
Good start, yes.
Yeah, it's a great start. So we did have a $1.23 donation from Team Palindrome that said #Team Palindrome, because now our palindrome is $421.24.
But I regret
nice.
down from the mountain.
Sorry to the anonymous Team Palindrome who broke our 420. But
same goes for me and my little ones.
You know, we still will remember that moment forever.
Oh yeah. I mean, heck, we can if we really wanted to, we could push the 4,200.
I think we should. I don't see why not.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
it's only the second. It's only the second round of the marathon, but anything is possible, you know.
This is Bugsnax. We owe it to Bugsnax.
Yeah.
Without Lisbert, all we have is
And of course,
absolutely.
And of course, all of your donations end up going to Rise Above the Disorder, or RAD. Again, RAD is a non-profit dedicated to removing the 2 greatest barriers facing mental health care, access, and affordability. To accomplish their mission, they provide a universal mental health care system to people around the globe. If you believe in a world where everyone has access to the hope, health, and happiness they deserve, you are RAD. For more information, you can visit yourrad.org, or you can donate by typing in !donate in chat.
Floofty and Shelda are still out there,
and of course, you are watching RBG Gold Rush, a brand new speedrun charity event by RBG Esports. RBG Esports was founded in 2018 and has been rising up in the esports world. From Rocket League to Counter-Strike, Hearthstone to Smash, RBG Esports is a name you won't forget in the esports universe. And now, with the addition of this brand new event, they're venturing into the world of speedrunning. If you're interested in being a part of this esports section of RBG, you can just join the Discord and type an !Discord in chat.
Excellent. Yes, thank you so much. If you one thing of note there, so you might have noticed we have about nine of our friends back at camp out of the 12. So we're getting there. We have 3 more, but you might have to count and be like, okay, so based off of what we've seen so far, there are no more areas to go to. Like we went to every area that branched off of Snacksburg. What do we do next? Well, luckily enough for us, all these areas have areas beyond that are just like extended versions of these. So for example, we went into a Scorched Gorge here, which is like a deserty gorge area, but this is like a real big open, desert kind of area. And so we have like expanded areas with new Bugsnax and new things to explore. The friend that we're going to be getting here is Shelda, and Shelda is a very interesting case because we literally do all of her quests in advance. Like we just do everything all at once. And then we just turn everything in. So we're going to launch that Picantis into the water. Seems cruel, I know, but it is a necessary evil. We do have to break them. I don't know why Shelda insists on it. You can take it up with her. I'm going to throw that there. Come on back this way. Come on back this way. Picantises are a very interesting Bugsnax as well because when they break into other Bugsnax. They're like other smaller Bugsnax. So yeah, pretty interesting in that regard. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna throw that over here. We're gonna hit that with some sauce. We're gonna throw down this, launch it this way. Gonna get this loaded Spuddy's attention, so he goes over that, and we're gonna launch him. Booyah! So it opens up that secret area. Now this is easily the most frustrating part of this whole area, which is we have to lead this black Strabby through a maze. So the leading part is not necessarily so bad. It's the fact that there are these things here that make it really frustrating. These enchiritos, basically. They scare away this Razby very easily, but we luckily are going to stun them just in case they try to pull anything funny. And once we get into this little cave area, it's actually safe. We're good now. We could still mess it up by like scaring the Strabby ourselves by accident, but we're not at risk of like losing it for any reason. Is it gonna wash off? Okay, no, we're good. Also the other kind of scary thing that can happen there is the ball goes through the water partially there, and if it goes through it too much, it actually washes off the chocolate, which makes it so that the Razby is no longer interested in the ball. But there we go. We launch it up to safety, just like that. And then the last thing we need to do, quest-wise, is grab some cheese. There we go. And then now we actually get to talk to Shelda for the first time.
I just realized, is it called a spuddy because it's a potato?
Yeah, exactly.
I just realized that.
Yeah, you'll find that a lot of these names are very pun specific, or related to exactly what they are. But that one is there's you could see now there's been quite a few where there are variants, right? So we saw Spuddy earlier in the earlier section, and now this is a loaded Spuddy. It's slightly different. It's also a sweet potato instead of regular potato. So you gotta love those variants. We saw a Bunger near the beginning, but in Scorched Gorge there's a barbecue Bunger. Love that.
Love barbecue Bunger.
Yeah, exactly. Has a nice little onion ring on there. All right, so this section, we're going to pull out some sauce here. We're going to track this Noodler with the sauce. Get over here, Noodler. Get over here. Is that one too far away? No, we're good. And we're actually going to get these two to fight. We need to capture the Noodler. It's important, but we need it extinguished. We can't capture it while it's lit on fire. So we get them to fight so that it hits the popsicle, obviously extinguishes it in that regard as well. We're going to aim a tripwire up here because we need to catch a red Banopper. We're also going to grab this coconut because we need to capture that as well. All right, come on, red Banopper. Cooperate, please. All right, this all is RNG based basically, because the red Banopper just needs to decide to hop in my area. Like it needs to hit that tripwire, but it's just choosing not to. And I need to capture one of these coconuts as well, but I need, if if they're doing this to each other, where I can't, they'd have to land in the trap while they're still like in a stun state from being lit on fire in order for the trap to work. As you can see, I can't capture them in the. Oh wait, nice. Okay, that worked. I got it into a state of not angry. Basically, they can't be caught while they're charging you. But if it's like wandering, it happens to wander like directly into a trap. That's great, which is exactly what happened. The Opera wanted to take its sweet time, of course, but you know we got there eventually. And look, it's Floofty. Floofty has they them pronouns, and Floofty is non-binary as well.
But for now.
And we're going to do a bunch of quests for them, all kind of at once. We actually are going to knock out 2 quests in one here. They wanted their hand to be turned into a Strabby, but the next quest is to turn their peg leg into a Strabby, which we just do, you know, right away, easy. Now they want all 4 of their limbs to be Kokomites, which is fine. So we just use all the snacks that we got, and then we turn the rest of them into Kokomites, which is fine. And last but not least, they want their limbs to be 1 of each now.
This me and now
Yeah,
Right.
I think Floofty out of all of them is like my second favorite character. You know, second only to like Chandlo.
Yeah, again, you see it, the love for Chandlo is never ending. Chandlo is just so popular, but Floofty is great. As you know, as a personality, Floofty is like an experimental scientist. Floofty is very interested in learning about why Bugsnax are the way that they are, basically, and how their biology affects the biology of the Grumpuses. We don't get to see it here, but whenever you do some side quests for Floofty, what you have to do for them is you have to like fully transform them by feeding them a whole bunch of Bugsnax to the point that all of their limbs transform to Bugsnax. And then at that point, they're going to try and like chop off one of their limbs to see if they're Bugsnax or Grumpus or what it is. But luckily they get stopped by their brother, who is Snorpy, actually, who we saw earlier. The other kind of scientist mind there, but Snorpy is more engineering than, you know, like experimental biological science.
Yeah, I like that duo so much. They're so cool.
Yeah, such really good personalities, and they're also like it'd be very easy to fall into stereotypical performances of those kind of roles, like, you know, very like, you know, like these scientists could be like very nerdy, push their glasses up on the bridge of their nose types, and, you know, things like that, but they don't do that. Another great example of that is Wambus, who we're actually about to talk to as well. You know, it's a very easy stereotype to make a bumbling farmer who's kind of stupid, but while Wambus is a farmer, not at all stupid, very, very smart, very intelligent. So I think it's cool how they kind of take they subvert expectations and dodge you know classic, you know, character tropes and stuff like that. Now what we're doing is one thing we neglected to mention this entire time is who we are. Who are we? Who are we playing as? Why are we here? And our character doesn't have a name, unfortunately. You'll notice that Philbo calls us Buddy all the time. But what we are is we're journalists. We've heard about Snaxburg and the inhabitants thereof, and we have come to study Snaxburg. We've come to learn about Bugsnax. We've come to figure out what happened to Lisbert. We've come to interview its inhabitants to find out what's going on. So what we're doing is we're actually doing a few very specific interviews because we're journalists. But the reason why we're doing them is not just for fun. It's because they have clues. Every interview basically leads to a certain clue. And we're doing very specific interviews because they have the clues that we need to progress the story, basically. So these specific interviews are important. It's not just we have to do 4 interviews. We have to do these 4 interviews. There we go.
Yeah, you actually find this out in the opening cutscene, but, you know, we skip that.
Yeah, the opening cutscene, you know, you get to meet our like journalist boss. You get to see like some archival footage of like when they first got to Snacktooth Island and stuff like that, and, you know, you get to like meet Lisbert because like you don't even know anything about Lisbert because you haven't seen her yet because she's missing. So, and we don't like. There's actually like the part of the 100% category is actually collecting all the clues, right? And 5 of the clues are reels. They're like video reels. And you get to see like Lisbert talk and all those and stuff like that. So it's another way to learn about Lisbert without Lisbert being there, which I think is pretty clever. Yeah. So you guys don't even get to see that because we don't collect those clues. So that's unfortunate.
I have a question, by the way.
Yes, please.
How far out of the way are the bosses from the no major skips run?
So they are only a little bit far out of the way because all of them can only be accessed for the first time by completing somebody's side quest line. So they're all attached to somebody's side quest. It's not like I can just go run out and fight one. I have to finish somebody's side quest to even be able to unlock the ability to do so. But going forward, when I submit this game for marathons, I'm gonna have like a backup, like a save file that has them unlocked already, so I could just show off the fights, because there are 4 legendary Bugsnax in this game, and they're very cool, and they have like very unique mechanics and fights and stuff like that. It'd be really cool to showcase them in marathons. Right now, the only category that you need to do them for would be, well, the 2 categories. One's like kind of like a category extension. 100% you have to do them for, obviously. But if there's also a side or non-main category, which is called all Bugsnax, which is beat the game but also capture every Bugsnax. And those would be the only 2 categories that you would have to see them in, unfortunately.
Well, snacks is a really good category.
Yeah. Right now, so as you can see, we're in a new area, by the way, Frosted Peak. We're only capturing a few Bugsnax, and we got to meet Eggabell. Eggabell is actually Lizbert's partner as well. So she is more invested than most in finding Lizbert, obviously. She's kind of like an explorer type, an Indiana Jones type, in my opinion, but she's also a medic, which is so she's kind of a caregiver, which is pretty cool. We turn in all the clues that we got with her, and she wants us to activate three of these 6 Bugsnax statues here to help open this door. That's why we caught the Bugsnax that we did, because those are the 3 fastest to catch to be able to unlock the door. She gets the other half. So we just capture those 3 real quick.
Yeah, actually, in any percent, you know how you kind of use every tool in the run. One tool is kind of more important than the rest of them. And that's the what's it called? The suction cup thingy, the tripwire.
Yeah, the tripwire. Yep.
Yeah. Because I think I've done this before. I think it's the same way on console, where you can put it in a specific spot and aim it at something, and you kind of clip through the door. Obviously, it's not allowed in no major skips because it's a very extremely major skip.
Huge. Yeah.
But it is kind of by far the most important thing, other than using the jump pad.
Yeah. It's basically, it has such massive collision is the thing. So that's what we end up doing is we jump into, when we do any percent, or we do any category that allows the door skip, basically. We aim it without shooting it, so there's no wire, because if you shoot it then run into the wire, the collision just becomes you breaking the wire. It doesn't really help with anything. But when you aim it, you could still collide with the tip of the suction cup, and then when you collide with that in the little gap between the suction cup and the door, it blasts you through the door as a clip through. You just have to set it up somewhat precisely, but luckily there's a lot of visual cues on the door that make that pretty easy to set up, so it's not too bad.
Besides,
but yeah, we don't get to see that in no major skips, unfortunately, because that is a huge skip. That saves us a lot of time. So
point is, I know you care. And since I need
we basically, as you can see, there's 3 of these pads here. We believe we have all the clues needed to open the door to progress, to see what's underneath the mountain, what's causing all this disturbance, and also maybe Lizbert's down there, because we've looked everywhere else. We don't know where Lizbert is yet. As you can see, there are 3 pads there, so we had to enlist Philbo's help to help get the door open, but turns out we're just a little bit wrong, and Eggabell's going to need some more time to figure out what's going on here, which is fine, because we have everybody's favorite part coming up. We got to do a party. We got another party coming up after this.
No,
You know what parties mean?
Parties mean donations, but not yet, though. Not yet. Almost. Split a little right there. Okay. Oh. One other key difference right now between PC and console is that PC is on a different patch than console for some reason. PC actually has a patch right now that is live that they've enabled fast travel. So instead of having to walk back all through these areas, I could just go into my journal, go into the map, and fast travel to the area I need to, as long as I've already been there. that patch came out in like March for PC, and it is still not here for console. I don't know why they haven't put it on console yet. But once that has happened, that will save a lot of time in both no major skips and 100% on just by not traveling. Because right now it's a lot of doubling back and just walking through areas that we don't need to do. Right now we are in the fourth and final party. We have to get everyone to dance basically. Everyone has like a unique condition that they need to do to go dance. So for example, the first one we're going to get here is Shelda. She has that orb of confetti that's right above her head. And for whatever reason, if you open that orb on her head, she's like, all right, it's time to dance. I don't know why that is the case, but she's into it. I also flipped a few of the channels on the radio there because Beffica here will only dance when there's a certain song playing on the radio. Filbo would dance no matter what, obviously, because Filbo is Filbo. So that's 3 out of the 11 back.
Hey, don't do my man like that.
No, it's a good thing. Filbo's a happy individual. It doesn't need convincing to dance. You know, Lambus here needs a little bit of liquid courage because Lambus needs to apologize to Gramble because they have a back and forth going on basically. Finally gets a little liquid courage to apologize, and they're both now comfortable dancing. But Filbo is just like, I'm ready to dance. Like, I don't need convincing. Let's go.
It's like I threw this party, I'm gonna dance anyways.
Yeah, this is my party. I'll dance if I want to. All right, so let's see, which ones did we miss? Okay, yeah, so Wiggle also just needs a little confidence boost, so a little liquid courage there. Floofty does not want to dance because Floofty does not feel that there is a purpose to dancing. But we talked to our friend Triffany, who explains to Floofty like the cultural significance of dance. And Floofty's like, okay, I guess there is some importance to dancing. Goes off to dance. So that makes them both dance. And the last one you have to figure out is with Snorpy and Chandler there. Basically, Snorpy like doesn't really know where he stands in his relationship with Chandler. They hadn't like really like outlined it out well as to what their relationship is. So he's like, I love Chandler, but I don't know if like we're dating or anything like that. But Chandler's like, Chandler basically in that cutscene, Chandler's like, we've been dating for 3 years, man. I don't know. I love you. And then they just and then they just like go off and dance because they're happy and in love. So that's nice.
Gives me hope that Lizbert is out there too.
I actually just never read that before.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. So like Snorpy is like so nervous in the corner. He's like, I want to talk to Chandler about how I feel. And Chandler, like when he starts, Chandler's like, I thought we started dating like 4 years ago.
So our end.
It's so great.
I feel like there's a meme where it was like something like that.
As we said, Chandler is the himbo, but again, in a positive way. He's not like being a jerk or anything. He's like, yeah, I love you.
He's the best himbo.
Are you okay, buddy? All right. I know this looks bad, but as long as we keep calm, our doom approaches. Pray to your gods.
Yeah, totally. Give me one quick sec. Oh, okay, never mind. There's a technical issue. This got solved on its own. I love when that happens.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful when things get solved on their own? You never see that, but it's great.
Yes. We currently do not have any donations at this particular moment. We do, however, I do want to say that we have currently raised still $421.24, and we're just starting this event. So I can't wait to see what all is coming up. Speaking of coming up, later on today, we do have some amazing games like Wave Race 64, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, Metroid Zero Mission. We just added because one of our runners was unfortunately a little ill, so we've moved them back a little bit. And then we added Castlevania Circle of the Moon and Fallen Wonderland to the schedule, which will be later on tonight. And then tomorrow we have some amazing runs, including our Pokemon block, Mystery Dungeons, Red, Blue, and Puzzle Challenge. My personal favorite, the racing/car block with Road to Redemption, Hello Kitty, and Sanrio Friends Racing, and then Doritos Crash Course. If you haven't seen Doritos Crash Course, oh, it's fantastic.
You're all right.
We're also going to have Sonic then. We're also going to have some Mario Brothers, Yoshi's Island, and we have an Ori randomizer happening Saturday night as well.
glad you
And of
made
course,
it.
on
Is that
Sunday,
you
we got
figured it out?
Mega Man X7. There's actually a bid war for Mega Man X7 to figure out if you want to play as Zero
We
or
gotta go right
X
away.
going on right now. We also
Sorry
have
to
a
say
beautiful
it, but is
Castlevania
now
block with
really the
Aria of
best
Sorrow,
time?
Dawn of
This
Sorrow,
might
and
be
Symphony
the
of the
only
Night.
chance we
We're
get.
gonna
Liz
finish
is
the
in
entire
danger.
marathon with Final
This
Fantasy
disaster is
13.
only getting
It's a
started.
jam-packed
The worst
weekend.
is yet.
It's a great time to,
So
take a nice chill pill and relax and watch some amazing runners
unending.
do what they do.
Quiet, you.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of those blocks and a lot of those runs. There's some really great runners on the schedule too. We talk about how great the games are, but there's some really cool runners on the schedule that I've seen a lot of, and I'm excited to see more of. So it's going to be a great weekend. Definitely excited about that. I will say now, I'm going to get into a little bit of spoilery territory for the story. So if you wanted to play this game and you did not want to be spoiled on the story,
I want to know what's out
I'll
there.
give you another very clear warning. I'm about to start talking about spoilers right now, but yeah, it's about to come up. So because we're approaching the end of the game and the run here in just the next few minutes. So just be ready for that. Also say as well, because there are some characters we kind of glossed over here. So mainly just Shelda. We didn't really talk too much about Shelda. So Shelda's whole deal is she is a very spiritual and kind of like a prophet kind of individual. She actually reminds me of a Professor Trelawney in Harry Potter, if you guys are familiar. She has a lot of faux prophets, and she's kind of a little bit fake in that way. But again, you go through her side quest, you learn a little bit more about her her story. It's a little bit more nuanced than what appears on the surface. So that'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, that's basically all the characters. We just haven't met Lisbert yet. So now we're heading back to Peak because we're finally going to get through that door. Eggabell has it figured out. And additionally, the island is starting to collapse. I don't know if you caught that in the party. There's a volcano erupting, there's earthquakes, the island is freaking out. We don't really know what's going on, so everyone has decided we have to get off the island. It's unstable. But we need to make one last push to see if we can find Lisbert so that she can get off safely as well. So we think that she's through the door, so we're going to head through the door. And once
we're
we
gonna
get
do a cannon door skip real quick.
Yeah, just a really quick door skip, easy.
How about water?
Yeah, definitely not. Honestly, it wouldn't be a major skip at this point. It doesn't save much time.
Besides,
But I also don't have access to my tools right now, so I can't even do it. But if I did the door skip now, it wouldn't really save us much time.
You could do some exercise or just
But
hang
yeah,
out with Chandler.
so once we cross through the door, that's really where it's going to get spoilery. So if you're trying to still, hold out on spoilers.
Yeah, last warning.
Maybe mute. Yeah, last warning here.
Actually, here's one more warning. We're about to talk about spoilers.
Yeah, we're about to talk about spoilers. It's getting close to a year-old game now, so we're probably okay without having to deal with the spoilers, but
I guess even the great
doesn't hurt to check.
Elizabeth can still make mistakes.
Well,
All right, so door's about to open.
right? Okay, I'm ready when you are.
We're coming, Liz.
We're just gonna sprint through it.
2.
Caution to the wind. Who cares? It's all fine. Oh no.
Yeah. After this door, after you fall in, I think you go to some place called the Undersnacks.
Undersnacks, yes.
Yeah. I may be talking completely out of my butt right now, but I remember one time Conception did mention that there's the possibility for there to be skip here, but you don't have any of your tools, so it's just a big walking section. But you do meet Lisbert here.
What is this
Just
thing?
Yes.
Help!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, it's very interesting here. So when this game first came out, it got selected to be a part of IGN's Dev Reacts to Speedrun videos. So the world record holder of the PC category, Audio's version, was put up there, which at the time was about 15 minutes for the any percent category. And the devs talked about in this part that there is a skip to be found in this section that we still, to this day, have not found. But what we have discovered is that the entirety of this Undersnacks section is a loading zone. So all we have to do is somehow clip through the floor or the wall or something, and we would be able to end this section early. But just like Ness said, the problem is we can't run, we can't use any tools. So breaking through a wall at walking speed is a little bit difficult.
A lot of it difficult if you.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, they kind of planned against that, unfortunately. But yeah, basically that's where we're at. So if you're a glitch hunter or somebody who likes to, try to break games wide open, and you want to give a crack at this one, we would not turn you away, because we want to figure out how to save 2 minutes here, probably, by just breaking through a wall somewhere.
Yeah, and this game is actually really easy to pick up because, like I said, I don't run it, but I do know like all the tricks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's
really anyone can do it.
Yeah, it's a broken game if you're gonna play. Like the any percent category is broken, and usually when games are I don't like to say broken, but like exploitable is another term I'd like to use, actually. So the game is certainly exploitable, but it's exploitable in a pretty easy way. Like the tricks are not hard to execute necessarily. They might be difficult to execute fast, but like anyone can pick up and learn them, basically. So if you want to learn like a nice, easy speed run, like I said, the world record on PC is about 14.5 minutes without loads. The world record on console, which I have for any percent, is 16 minutes 25 seconds. But that's including loads. So, it's a nice, fast run that's easy to pick up. Can't suggest it more. But
exactly. And there's like a bunch of different length categories that you could do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So like I have for console, I have world record in the main 3 categories, which is any percent, no major skips, and 100%. They all are like, based on what kind of run you're looking for, they all can like scratch certain itches, basically. If you want a nice, easy, not easy, but like a nice fast speed run that's very easily to exploit, any percent is great. If you're somebody who likes like quote unquote glitchless runs, or runs that you still get to like experience the full story or see the full game, no major skips is great. If you're a collectathon fan, and someone who loves like Spyro runs or Crash runs, and you love those runs where you have to get everything as fast as possible, 100% is great. You get to see a lot of really cool stuff there too.
Yeah, and then there's also like miscellaneous categories. There's all Bugsnax. There's no door skip. I'm missing one, I think.
Yeah, what is that last one? It is. I'm trying to think of it because I haven't run it. It's
look.
coming. Yeah, that'd be good. I can't remember. I feel like there's one more, but I just can't think of what it is.
Not enough.
While Ness is looking at
it.
Oh, okay, that's it. All right, never mind. All right, cool. We both just thought there was one more, and there's not. But what? So to get a little bit to expand upon the story there. So we did see Lizbert in there, and unfortunately, Lizbert is the queen of Bugsnax. And we also learn a very key fact that despite how cute and precious they are, Bugsnax are not as innocent as they appear to be. They're actually parasitic. Unfortunately. Oh wow, over their head. That's fine. So whenever all these grumpuses have been eating Bugsnax, they're slowly taking over their body, which is not a good idea. So you would think that with Lizbert being taken over by Bugsnax and being the queen of Bugsnax, that's our villain, yeah? But not exactly. So what Lizbert has done is she realized this secret when she visited the Undersnacks for the first time. What she ended up doing is sacrificing herself to become the queen of Bugsnax in order to keep the island and everything stable, and so that the Bugsnax don't swarm and take over as they're attempting to do now. However, she misunderestimated their control, and they were starting to take over even when she was the queen of Bugsnax, which is why the island was becoming unstable. So we still need to get out of here. The island's about to collapse. Bugsnax are trying to take over our bodies. What Eggabell has gone ahead and done is sacrificed herself as well, so that not only are they together, very cute, but their 2 heads are better than 1 situation. They're going to kind of double team this so that we can buy a little bit of extra time so that we can get off the island safely. And now we're just fighting off the horde while we're getting our airship ready, which is that flying ship that we took at the very beginning of the run there.
Yeah, and this is kind of like a gauntlet section. It's like 7 or 8 minutes of just testing your proficiency with all the tools. It's a lot of like aiming and trying to just do stuff as fast as possible. The little jump pad thing is kind of the hardest part. I don't think there's actually any changes to that.
Yeah, no, yeah, there are no changes. This is definitely, this barrel section here, which is what we call it, is definitely the hardest, most precise part. So I'm actually just going to focus on this because it's precise in not only location of the barrels, but the timing of when you shoot them. So it's requires a little bit of focus. So I'm just gonna focus on that for a second.
Yeah, if
Going
you don't
well
mind,
so far, though.
I'm just gonna talk about this section a little bit more.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. So what I think, what's his name? The engineer one. What he did was he modified all the tools just to make it, just to make them more deadly, I guess. And this entire gauntlet section is just about using all the tools to make sure that the Bugsnax don't like completely invade everyone and kill everyone. And then by the end, their ship's going to be ready and everyone can leave safely.
Jeez, I butchered this time. I haven't done a barrels this bad in a very, very long time. That's gonna miss too. Yep. Jeez, terrible. Yeah, this is basically as the worst that it can go. So it's not the end of the world, only because you can still do it fine. The very fastest way to do it saves a lot of time is the thing. But I missed like every fast cycle because I just was not precise enough, which I haven't done in a long time. I've gotten actually pretty good at that section. But what you're intended to do is very precisely throw the barrels in terms of location, but you also have to time it very carefully so that it explodes and impacts when you can kill all the wave all at once. And so instead of shooting a barrel per Bugsnax, which is easy to do because you can actually just straight up target the Bugsnax solo. So it's not like it would be hard. It's not a hard thing to do. It's just hard to do fast. But yeah, basically, I missed like all of the key timings in order to kill the waves all at once. So I had to like kill them all individually, or I kept trying to group them up in order to like save it a little bit. But then I kept messing that up too. So it was unfortunately a poor barrel section there. It's been a long time since I messed that up, like I said. This section, obviously, we got our buggy ball. A little variance here now is that it's got spikes on it. So now we're just running over some Bugsnax here. Luckily, their spawns are the same every time, so I know exactly where they're going to spawn, so it's not like it's a surprise to me. One thing worth mentioning, too, that I always like to point out is that this game technically has like a good ending versus a bad ending. Because they have been fed Bugsnax throughout the story, presumably. You know, you can feed them Bugsnax all throughout. And because the Bugsnax are taking over, and you can technically fail these challenges to the point that the Bugsnax reach the 2 Grumpuses on whatever challenge that you're working on. That means that you could technically have them overcome by Bugsnax, which will make them get taken over, and that means that they will not make it. They will not survive. However, there's a lot of things that you have to do for them not to survive, weirdly. Like, for example, in the 100% category, we have to fully transform at least Floofty. So you would think, like, if Floofty gets hit with one single Bugsnax, Floofty's gone. But for whatever reason, if you complete the side quest of any character, that means they are now not able to be lost in the end for whatever reason. So like, I guess that's the game's way of rewarding you. Like, you cared enough about their story, we're going to make sure that they survive. But for example, if you fully transformed somebody just for fun without completing their whole story, and then they got hit with even one Bugsnax here, they would actually succumb to the Bugsnax and they would not make it out alive. The reason why I point that out is, as you can tell, it's definitely faster to have the good ending, which I think is unique because I feel like a lot of games that have a good ending versus a bad ending, it's faster to, do the good ending, do the bad ending rather. But here we are.
Yeah, this is just a really good game because, good ending.
Good ending is the best ending.
We're not gonna make it.
Wait, I just realized, are those both like legendary snacks?
Yeah, and if you look at the Queen of Bugsnax, or the Queens of Bugsnax, I guess right now, they're just a combination of the 4 legendary Bugsnax, actually.
I just realized that.
Yeah, so the 4 legendary Bugsnax, I'll just kind of tell you what kind of creatures they are. So it's a giant watermelon, a giant cake, a giant sushi roll, and a giant pizza are the 4 legendary Bugsnax there. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to start promoting that as incentives because I think they're really, really cool and fascinating aspects of the game that should be showcased more, beyond being locked behind 100%, which is obviously a longer category, so therefore it's harder to schedule around. But we're actually approaching the end of the run here. We're going to be We're going to be done in the next like 20 seconds or so, so get ready on time.
Great.
We just have one last cutscene to mess through, and this is actually our journalist boss, which we should have met already, but you guys didn't see it because we skipped the opening cutscene. So, all right, time's coming up, and time.
GG.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is Bugsnax. You know, play. Yeah, very good, very good. Not too shabby, not too shabby. We ran into some problems there, but you know. The gauntlet especially, we lost like 30 seconds on alone, so that was kind of rough. But, you know, it's still a good run, still a solid run. Yeah, come on by speedrun.com/Bugsnax if you're interested in learning the run. We have guides. We have a really friendly Discord where everyone is very willing to help out with tricks and everything that you might need. We also have a subreddit too, r/Bugsnax speedrunning. So you can post your clips, ask your questions. We'll be happy to help out there. You have any plugs? Nessa_?
Follow the channel that this is on right now, because that's channel's epic, you know. And also follow twitch.tv/KonceptionSR.
Yeah, I definitely welcome it. Unfortunately, I'm on like a little bit of like a summer break because I keep having visitors come by now that you know we're vaccinated and things are opening up a little bit more. So I haven't been streaming as much as I normally do, but I will be back. I will be streaming fully again very soon. So come on by and definitely go on by the legend Ness_'s channel, twitch.tv/Ness_. If you like things like Monkey Ball, Wipeout, the racing game rather, you know, some Minecraft, you know, really cool stuff.
And 7 hours of Pokemon Unite.
Yes, Pokemon Unite also. But yeah, otherwise, play this game and enjoy the rest of the marathon. I'm excited to see the rest of it. Get those donations in, folks.
Yeah.
Also, shout outs to Kara Benito.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Conception NES_ for that fantastic run of Bugsnax. Stay tuned, everyone. Coming up next is Oscari with Uncharted Drake's Fortune. We'll be right back.